So we're looking at our parallel line diagram worksheet, and we're going to first read the directions, like always. We always start by reading the directions. So line 1 is parallel to line 2. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that on my picture. Line 3 is Line 3 is parallel to line 4. So notice this line right here is not parallel to anything, so we need to be careful. When you have pictures like this, I want you to find an angle and work with that angle until you reach a dead end. For example, let's start with the 52. Let's work with the 52 until we reach a dead end. Until you get used to these, I want you to write every angle you know and write it on the picture. Every angle you know. So, like when two lines intersect, you know all the angles in that intersection. Because vertical angle, 52, 52, and then linear pair. What's the linear pair of 52? The supplement of 52. So just like that, I now found 4 angles. Yep. Now we're going to start to travel away from that cluster using parallel lines and transversals. I know alternate interior angles are congruent. So 52, 52, alternate interior angles. 128, 128, alternate interior angles. Now I can use vertical angles. It's fun. It's like a domino effect. It's like a puzzle. 52, this angle. 52. Now I'm at a little bit of a dead end. So I want to teach you something. I'm not sure you learned it before, but I'll teach it to you now. If you're given a triangle, and you know two sides of that triangle are congruent, kind of like that triangle right there with the tick marks. If you know two sides are congruent, then the angles opposite those sides are also congruent. See how I'm going opposite? So if two of the sides are congruent, the angles opposite those sides are congruent. So now I know that C is 52, but I also know that this angle right here is 52. Is everyone okay with that? It's an isosceles triangle. It has two sides congruent, therefore it has two angles congruent. Now, we're going to use the fact that triangles have how many degrees? How many degrees are in a triangle? 180. So, we are going to add up 52 plus 52 and subtract it from 180. And it gives us this angle. Angle D is 76. Do you see how I'm writing it on my picture? I'm not even looking at the bottom yet. I'm just solving everything I can. Now, that 76 is going to be the key to get us to the other parallel line. Now we're looking at lines 3 and 4. Look at 3 and 4. 76, 76. How did I know that? Corresponding angles. You could just slide that angle into G's spot. 76, 76. I can also do linear pair. 104. And then how do I know that E is 104? Alternate interior. See how we're using all of these? Linear pair, vertical angles, alternate interior. Lots of good stuff here. What would F be? You could use alternate interior, or you could have used same side exterior, same side supplementary. You could have found the supplement of 76. You see how this is working? Okay, now let's look here. Here we have a straight line. I know you've never really seen angle arcs with tick marks on them. Usually I do one arc, and then when I've used that up, I do 2 arcs. Well, this person who created this figure did a tick mark on the arc, and then when they already used 1 tick mark, they just used a double tick mark. So this just means that that angle is congruent to that angle. Like that, 70-70. That's just what it means. So if we go back to this line, that line is 180 degrees. Well, I've used up 76 of those degrees. So I can do 180 minus 76. And then look, this is a bisector. It's congruent, congruent. So I get 104 when I subtract those, and then I can just divide by 2. Is everyone following? 52, 52. Cool. Now, what we need to be careful about is after this part, after this, The stuff on the left is not parallel to the green stuff on the right. So don't try to use corresponding angles in that area. But let's work with that 70. Let's go with 70. I'm going to use alternate interior, 70, 70. Linear pair, 70, 110. Vertical angles, 70, 70. And then to find n, I can use triangle sum theorem. They add up to 180. So I can do 70 plus 52 and subtract it from 180. And it's 58. All right, I think I only have one thing left, and it's p. This is not the only way to get p, but this is one cool way to get p. I can use that big triangle to get p. Sometimes you have to see things that aren't obvious. Sometimes you have to look and find things that aren't staring at you. I can use that big triangle, and I can just use triangle sum theorem. So I can add up 70 plus 70 and subtract it from 180, and now I already know p is 40. So there's the first diagram done, and now you should have enough tools and knowledge to do the rest of it, okay? K was 70 because of alternate interior. Because this was 70 because of the angle marking, and then alternate interior JK.